Let's get one of the big economic stories in Nigeria in with the Customs Service announcing in the current week that the new scanners procured by the government will soon be deployed in order to fast-track the clearance of imported goods, ease delays, and cut costs to importers. There's a lot more taking place at the Nigeria's maritime sector, including the Nigerian Ports Authority. Asubex is the Chief Executive Officer at Maritime Media, and he joins me tonight for some updates. It's TGIF, sir. It's good to have you.
Yeah.
So thank God it's
nice
Friday.
To be here again. Yeah.
Thank you. It's good to have you again here. Your sector, folks, some of the freight forwarders were up in arms, whatever, a few weeks ago. I'm sure you wouldn't have missed that in your industry. But let's start from the customs. They said the scanners are here. They've been procured. They're ready to do business, and they're ready to deploy them. Can we trust the customs this time around with this scanner? This is not the first time that the government is spending millions of dollars buying scanners for the customs, but they just get packed up as soon as they were installed.
I don't... well, scanners necessary, but I don't think that this country is prepared to go digital. So that's the problem we have in the sector. The scanners, good. We need scanners to facilitate clearance of, cargo from the ports. But like you said, it's not the first time. And I'm in doubt if it will make any difference this time around.
The scanners are to help importers, freight forwarders, and at the end of the day, consumers, because if you delay cargo inspection, we've been through this for decades, for at least as far as I know, in my relationship as a journalist, with those of you in the maritime sector who spend all your day and night in the industry, the customs had always had issues with whether it's going to be pre-shipment or it's going to be destination inspection, exactly, and whether we need equipment to get it done. Why is it difficult to get scanners working? It worked at the airports, for example. So why is it difficult to work at the seaports?
Pure and simple, the Nigerian factor. The average clearing agent still believes that the way he can make profit. Don't forget the fact that the importer is not the one on ground. It's the clearing agent. And the clearing agent, they also want a system. I'm sorry to say this, that is not transparent. Look at what happened recently about this VIN thing, about this.
Yeah,
it's
the
all
VIN
because
valuation.
the Nigerian Customs Service decided to automate the operations. That's pure and simple.
So the customs automated.
Yes.
The freight forwarders,
saying that the value,
maybe not all of them.
Yes, not all of them.
But they said they don't want it.
Yes, you see, because they are now saying that the difference in the cost of clearing goods before the introduction of this automated system,
yes,
is now higher. So what was the problem? There used to be a compromise between the value given and, of course, the actual cost. Of course, you know what happens in between. And so when this new regime came in, I think we must give credit to the Controller General of Customs, Hamid Ali, for trying to bring in automation, because that's what happens. So if, for instance, I want to buy a Mazda 626 2018 model, I think the prices are just there for us to see. You don't need to, go anywhere or go to any Alaba market to find out. So this is the problem that we have always had. And the freight forwarders, I'm sorry to say, they are not helping matters. I'm not on their side on this very issue. But
perhaps the importers as well. The importer is a businessman.
No, the importers. You can't put all the blame on the freight forwarders, the importers as well. Because there's this tendency to either underdeclare, both in terms of the value and the quantity. So that has always been the problem. Transparency. We have not had transparency in the maritime sector.
So how do we clear up, how do we decongest the ports? I'm still trying to find, each time I have an opportunity to discuss with you, I always bring this up. What more needs to be done?
Yes, let me go first to the new helmsman at the Nigerian Ports Authority. We have to give Mr. President, say thank you for being on the side of continuity. Because you cannot say a man who has been ED, Finance and Administration in MPA for about 6 years, you can't call him a learner. If he went to the university, it wouldn't have taken him more than 4 years to acquire a degree in maritime studies. So what Mr. President bowed to And we must also give credit to the Minister of Transportation.
So you've got a substantive NPA managing director.
So
yes, where does he go from here?
Yeah, so what we are saying is that we have to set an agenda for him because we don't want him to do things the way they used to be. Infrastructure. I'm not sure. Have you been to the Tinkan corridor? The traffic situation you see there? Now, but somebody who is visiting Tinkan for the first time will think that, oh, it's a problem of the NPA. That road is under the purview of the Federal Minister of Works. So if there is this collaboration between the Minister of Works and the Minister of Transportation, we won't have all this kind of... Based on that, MP has even introduced what they call, I'm sure you have heard the word ETO, which is to also automate the movement of traffic, of cargo, or trucks, in and out.
Yes.
And this committee, they meet on a weekly basis to review.
But we haven't seen, results
because
on the ground.
This is something that we have been doing for 100 years, and then we're now looking at a new method of doing it.
Yes.
And so the MD also meets with this committee almost every fortnight. But let me tell you, my biggest worry in the maritime industry is the way CEOs like the DG of NIMASA or the MD of MPA are summoned to Abuja every other day. You are in Abuja, and when I say summon, we are talking about invitations from the National Assembly. One chief executive in particular, in the past 14 days, has been to Abuja about 10 times. And when they go, we have GM, the hierarchy. You have the MD, you have the executive directors, and then you have the GMs. For the same information, the National Assembly will tell you back, no, it's not GM we want, it's not ED, we want the MD. Meanwhile, the MD will give the same information. That some of them, they don't even need to.
You think time is being wasted?
Yes, because almost every week, 2 or 3 occasions. But now, it's not my worry. The industry is such that nobody wants to wait for Nigeria. We're not waiting for Nigeria. Because everything that has to do with port operations has timelines. So when other countries, our neighboring countries are moving, we are busy going to answer calls, invitations at the National Assembly. And don't forget, as I speak with you, up till now, we are going towards April. The Nigerian Ports Authority have not gotten their budget.
Do we have can we make other seaports viable, Calabar, others? Why is that difficult? Why is it taking time?
Now, the problem is, whether you like it or not, Lagos is the market. Lagos is the market where you bring your goods, the buyers are there. And so people want to come to, even from far away, Kano, Kaduna, Maiduguri, they want to come to Lagos. But now, few weeks ago, the current MD, before his confirmation, went to Port Harcourt to talk with businessmen and stakeholders to say, look, we want to reduce the pressure of Lagos. So if you are an importer, you have taken your cargo to the eastern ports, and we're talking about Port Harcourt Port, Onne Port, Calabar Port, and then Warri Port. These are the concessions that you will get. So that is what is going on now.
Do you think we should do more privatizations in your sector?
Privatization. This option between port concessioning and privatization came up some 10, 15 years ago. And the government, then the government opted for these concessionaires, the terminal. But I think there were a lot of loose ends in the contract. So now most of these concessionaires are bigger than even the MPA itself. So now what we need to do, what COCO needs to do is because these contracts are subject to renewal. So what he needs to do is to hold on to those renewals so that the concessionaires, or let me say the terminal operators, will do the right thing because they are bigger than the MPA. And of course, if you look at the names behind the owners of these terminals, they are not people you and I can talk. But he did one thing, very good thing.
Just to sum it up, yes.
Yes, the MD.
Okay.
We used to put everything.
Okay, so we need to wrap up. Give me 10 seconds. What exactly did he do?
Yeah, what I'm trying to say is that now we have specialized ports. Lillipon, for instance, now is now an export terminal. And today, the MD went to Ikurudu and other terminals to look at almost 10 where we will process our export. So that will reduce.
So we're making progress on
yes,
that.
Yes, we are making progress.
Congratulations. I got some progress report from you. I will take that for my weekend. Thank you for your insight. Azubex, the CEO at Maritime Media Limited. Have a great weekend.